Hello, everybody, and welcome from Vice City, California. I'm Miko Sanchez. Welcome to episode 5 of Movie History DreamWorks Animation. And today we're looking at another movie from DreamWorks. At this time, it'll be a direct-to-video release as we're entering the world of home entertainment. That's right, my friends. We're taking a look at the sequel to The Prince of Egypt, which I already did on episode 2 of the series. And today we're going to take a look at the only direct-to-video release from DreamWorks Animation. So buckle up, guys. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Let's do it! For today's episode, episode 5, we're looking at Joseph, King of Dreams. Yeah, special edition for the filmmakers of The Prince of Egypt. Joseph, King of Dreams. I know. This is going to be exciting. But yeah. You're not going to miss it. And if you have seen episode 4, our previous episode was about Chicken Run, which was from Arm Animations and Pate. Go watch it right now. The link to it is up there on the top right corner screen. Please go watch it right now and see for yourself. It's definitely worth the wait. Hang on tight, folks. Alright, now without any further delay, let us begin. So, about the movie. Joseph, King of Dreams is a 2000 American direct-to-video animated biblical musical drama film. It was the only direct-to-video production from DreamWorks Animation until the release of Troll Hunters: Rise of the Titans in 2021, which of course is on Netflix, so make sure you check it out for you in future episodes, so please stay tuned. The film is an adaptation of the story of Joseph from the Book of Genesis and in the Bible, and serves as a prequel to the 1998 film The Prince of Egypt, as the biblical narrative of Joseph happens before that of Moses. Composer Daniel Pelfrey stated that the film was designed as a companion piece to The Prince of Egypt, noting that though Joseph, King of Dreams, it turned out to be very different than The Prince of Egypt, it was very challenging and rewarding. Co-director Robert Ramirez has said that whilst the reviews for the film have generally been very good, there was a period when the film was not working very well, when the storytelling was heavy-handed and clunky. Ooh, boy, this is not going to be good. We take a look at the stats here. Directed by Robert Ramirez and Rob DeLuca. Screenplay by Eugenia Bostwick, Raymond Singer, Joe Stillman, and Marshall Goldberg. Based on the book Genesis. Produced by Ken Sumura and Jeffrey Katzenberg. Starring Ben Affleck, Mark Hamill, Richard Hurd, Maureen McGovern, Jodie Benson, Judith Light, James Eckhouse, and Richard McGonigal. Edited by Michael Andrews, Greg Snyder, John Venson, and that's it. Music by Daniel Pelfrey. Production company DreamWorks Animation, distributed by DreamWorks Home Entertainment. Release date November 7, 2000. Running time is 74 minutes. Country is United States. Language is English. And that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the plot of the film. Joseph is the youngest and most favorite of Jacob's 12 sons, regarded as a miracle child because his mother Rachel had been through infertile. I am a miracle child. Joseph grows conceited under his father's special treatment, and his elder half-brothers come to resent him for being favored. Although Joseph desires to be accepted amongst them, bloom. One night, Joseph dreams of a pack of wolves attacking the family's flock, and the next day, that dream comes true. Another dream follows, in which Joseph sees his brothers bow before him. On telling them this, they hatch a plan to get rid of him, led by Judah. They sell him to a slave trader and take his torn coat back to their parents, convincing them that Joseph was killed by wolves. Oh no, this is not going to be good. In Egypt, Joseph is bought by Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guards marketplace, and gradually becomes his most trusted attendant, as well as befriending his beautiful niece, Asenath, whatever rose at your feet. However, when Potiphar's unfaithful wife, Zuleika, after being spurred by Joseph, lies that he had been the one making advances on her, Potiphar nearly has him executed, but Zuleika, feeling guilty, stops him. Potiphar realizes that Joseph is innocent of the crime, but to save face, he reluctantly has Joseph put in prison. Joseph finds himself in prison alongside the cupbearer and baker, but interprets their dreams, which reveal that one will be put to death and the other will return to his position at the palace. Sure enough, the baker is executed and the cupbearer returns to his job. The cupbearer, however, forgets his promise to tell Pharaoh about Joseph, leaving him to languish in jail. Meanwhile, Asenath secretly supplies food to Joseph regularly through the prison's skylight. She is nearly spotted by a guard while doing so one evening during a thunderstorm, though, and is forced to drop the basket of food, which crashes to the ground of the prison and is eaten by rats, much to Joseph's anger. At his lowest point, Joseph climbs the walls of the jail and to the skylight, questioning God for his misfortunes and demanding to know why everything has happened to him before slipping, falling back down and being knocked unconscious. Upon waking the next day, Joseph finds renewed purpose in caring for a small, dying tree, which is the only source of green in the prison, and slowly helps it grow bigger and healthier as he reflects on his past and begins to trust in God's plan again. You know better than I. Soon, Pharaoh comes to be troubled by nightmares which none of his advisors can interpret. Remembering Joseph, Pharaoh's cupbearer advises him to send the now widowed Potiphar to retrieve him. The two share a happy reunion by Potiphar apologizing to Joseph for imprisoning him and Joseph forgiving Potiphar for it. Joseph interprets the dreams as warnings of 7 years of abundance being followed by 7 years of famine come after that may wipe out Egypt, and suggests that a fifth of each year's harvest be kept back for rationing. Impressed, Pharaoh makes Joseph his minister and second in command under the name Zephaniah. In the following years, Joseph's guidance not only saves the Egyptians from the starvation, but allows them to sell excess grain to their neighbors, who were also devastated by the famine. Joseph marries Asenath and has two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, with her more than you take. Eventually, the sons of Jacob arrive in Egypt to buy grain due to the famine in their homeland. They do not recognize Joseph, who refuses to sell them and accuses them of spying. The brothers offer to buy the grain with the silver they sold Joseph for years before, claiming they needed to feed their elderly father and youngest brother. Joseph still refuses to sell the grain and imprisons Simeon until they can prove that they have another brother to support. Blood reprise. They reappear with a young man named Benjamin, revealed to be Joseph's almost identical younger brother, born during his absence, and who is now doted upon by Jacob. Benjamin tells Joseph that Rachel has died and Jacob has been inconsolable ever since Joseph was declared dead. Simeon is released and Joseph invites the brothers to a feast. After the feast, Joseph has his golden chalice concealed in Benjamin's bag while no one is looking. Upon its discovery, he orders that Benjamin be enslaved to see how the other brothers will react. He is astonished when they offer themselves in Benjamin's place. Grief-stricken and ashamed, Judah confesses having sold Benjamin's older brother into slavery, a crime which has haunted him and his brothers ever since for 20 years, and that they cannot return without Benjamin, as it would break their father's heart to lose another son. Shocked at and touched by their change of heart, Joseph reveals himself to them. They reconcile, and Joseph invites them to live with their wives and children in Egypt. Shortly thereafter, he is happily reunited with his father and meets his brother's wife and children. The Hebrews then enter Egypt, not knowing of the hardships they would face in later years. Alright, so that's it. That's everything you need to know about the plot of the film. So now let's get into the voice cast. Ben Affleck, Joseph singing voice, David Campbell, Ben Affleck, Joseph speaking voice, David Campbell, Joseph singing voice. Mark Hamill, Judah, Richard Hurd, Jacob speaking voice, Russell Buchanan, Jacob singing voice. Maureen McGovern, Rachel, Jodie Benson, Asena, Judith Light, Zalika, James Eckhouse, Potiphar, Richard McGonigal, the Pharaoh, Dan Castellaneta, Auctioneer, Horse Trader, Renee Journois, Butler, Ken Hudson Campbell, Baker, Steve Weaver, Simeon, Slave Trader, Jess Hornell, Issachar slash lead trader. Piera Coppola, Zalika servant, and additional voices. Emily Abbey, servant. Matt Levitt, Benjamin. Jeff Bennett, Levi. Tom Virtue, Ruben, and Kevin Michael Richardson, Potiphar's guard. So that's it. Move on for additional voices. We have Royce D. Applegate, Roger Aaron Brown, Debbie Derryberry, Murphy Dunn, Jessica Gee, Nicholas Guest, Wendy Hoffman, Louisa Lishon, Randall Montgomery, Jonathan Nichols, B.B. Osterwald, Michelle Ruff, and Doug Stone. Let's go to production, starting with concept and development. Hello. Development for Joseph, King of Dreams, started while The Prince of Egypt was being made, so the same crew worked on both films, and the Y group of ministers served on both projects as consultants. Work on the animated movie was based in Los Angeles and Canada, and nearly 500 artists contributed to the project. Oh boy, I think there's a quotation mark here, but I think I'm going to ignore that. Executive producer Penny Fickleman Cox and DreamWorks employee Kelly Suter noted the challenge in telling a Bible story faithfully, yet still making it interesting and marketable. We have to take powerful themes and tell them in a way that's compelling and accessible for all ages. They also noted that though it was destined to be a direct-to-video project from the beginning, the quality of the animation did not suffer. Our approach to the movie was to develop it with the same quality and storytelling that we did with the between brackets Prince of Egypt. Creatives involved also noted that one of the most challenging parts of the movie was creating Joseph's dream sequences, which looked like a Van Gogh painting in motion. Nassos Vakalis, who helped storyboard and animate the film, said, I had to travel a lot to Canada to see work done in a few studios that were subcontracting part of the movie. Composer Daniel Pelfrey explained, I must say, the writers and directors did a great job staying true to the story and bringing it into a presentation for a contemporary audience. Okay, yeah. Moving on to early work. Ramirez explained the early stages of the film's production. December of 1997 was a great time on production. While the script was being fleshed out, Paul Duncan, the head background painter, and Brian Andrews, story artist, were creating some phenomenal conceptual work. Francisco Avalos and Nassos Valcalis were doing storyboards based on a rough story outline. Weeks later, we started assembling a very talented story crew that included artists that had both television and feature experience. We had a script that was well structured and followed by the Bible story very accurately. Once the first act was storyboarded, we filmed the panels, recorded a temp vocal track with music, and edited it all together to create the story reel. We were excited and ready for our first act screen with Jeffrey Katzenberg, which was set for an early weekend morning in the new year of 1998. All right, guys, this should be pretty good. Yeah, sorry. There was a bigger space between the words track and width, but that's okay. It's all going out here. Continuing on, we move on to screening and production troubles. Ramirez explained how things turned already at the film screening. When the lights came on in the screening room, the silence was deafening. All the execs put down their yellow legal notepads and headed down the hall to the conference room, which for me felt miles away. When we all sat down, Jeffrey looked up and said 3 words. Nothing made sense. He was right. Nothing made sense. We followed the Bible story tightly. The script had structure. We storyboarded it word by word, yet it fell flat on its face. It all suddenly felt like a horrible, horrible disaster. And the worst part of it all was that it didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know how to fix it. I was deeply confused, and our aggressive production schedule didn't allow for the story reworking that usually takes place on a theatrical feature. Cher Stallings, one of our creative executives on the project, was very supportive. Was very supportive and offered encouragement to the crew. She assured me that at least 2 sequences could be saved by clarifying some visuals and rewriting some dialogue. I could see it at the time. Although she turned out to be right, The only thing I could think about was that nothing made sense. That's all I gotta say. Moving on, closing out production, we go to casting and an approach to characters. Mark Hamill, who was cast as Judah, Joseph's eldest brother, explained that the choices he made regarding his character. Judah started out at a high station in his family structure, and that's all disrupted by this little child who claims to have visions of the future. He says eventually it causes Judah to lead all the brothers against Joseph. I don't think of him as a villain. In many ways, he's like all people, wondering how will this affect my own life. He's self-centered around and has to reevaluate all his preconceived notions. Ramirez explained one of the main themes in the film by analyzing how Joseph reacts upon seeing his brothers for the first time after they sold him in slavery. These strangers turned out to be his brothers. Now it was Joseph's turn. Would he follow his initial gut instinct and enslave him, abuse him, kill them, or would he rise above hatred and forgive him? In a nutshell, that's what the crux of the story is about: forgiveness. Oh boy. Without the period, I know. Jodie Benson was thrilled to be cast as Joseph's wife, Asina, after seeing the work that had been done with Moses in the Prince of Egypt. Benson did audition for the part and was instead offered it. Unlike some of the other characters, she provides both the speaking and singing voices in her role. It took 12 days to record her lines, and the only other voice actor she worked with was the singing voice for Joseph, David Campbell. Benson explained her character is the voice of reason and the voice of trying to do the right thing to reconcile Joseph with his brothers. Again, Joseph is in between brackets. I know. Her character was given a much larger role than what is presented in the Holy Bible. Okay, that's good. Moving over to music, let's go to score. It's a big one, guys. Get ready for it. All songs were produced and arranged by Denny Pelfrey, and he also composed the score. Hans Zimmer, the composer for The Prince of Egypt, had approved Pelfrey taking over his role after the latter, a relative unknown at the time, did a couple of interviews at DreamWorks. Pelfrey explained, though the process, Zimmer, between brackets, gave me input as to what they like to hear, mostly through the arranging and production of the songs. After that, he got too busy, but he gave me the foundation and communication skills I needed to successfully complete the project. After receiving the job, Pelfrey read as many different translations of the original Bible as he could to find story nuances that he could incorporate. In regards to his collaboration with DreamWorks, he said before starting the input was pretty sketchy, but it was an ongoing process with lots of dialogue with writers, producers, and directors along the way. Jeffrey Katzenberg also always ultimately approved everything. He was directly involved with the entire process. He also explained, I never had done a musical before. And Zimmer, between brackets, I know, helped me incorporate the sounds from Prince of Egypt. Yeah, the Prince of Egypt. As well as guided me in the song production. Pelfrey used choral choirs inspiringly in his score, with notable examples being a small female group in the beginning for what I was calling God's theme, and the big scene at the end, which was the reunion of Joseph and his brothers and Jacob, his father. This was because the effect reminded him of angels, adding, I also think it was more appropriate to the sonic tapestry of creating a more uplifting feeling. He described his musical style in the film as world/orchestral, noting that the instruments used were more regional than specifically Egyptian, incorporating duduk, ney, rebaba, bandi, bansuri, Moroccan flute, zapona, and a great variety of percussion, including the djembe, darabuk, tolak, udu, etc., etc. In regard to using instrumentation for an inaccurate historical context, he said, I always thought that the exact historical and geographical use of the instruments is not as important as the evocate or dramatic event, so I didn't really concern myself too much with right place, right time. The temp track was made for the score, though DreamWorks were not too attached to it. Some parts were tracked with Fantasia on a theme by Thomas Tallis and by Vaughan Williams. Pelfrey said, since I had never done a musical before, it was interesting to note the difference between producing these songs as opposed to doing a record. In a musical, the songs advance the story, and I had to help that process, as well as make the songs belong to the fabric of the film and the palette of the score. Although this was animation, it certainly did not call for a cartoon approach due to the depth of the story. Okay. The film needed more of a live-action treatment to the score. Joseph King of Dreams also allowed me to work with the best producers in the business and helped me make this a very successful experience for both personality and professionally. Both personally and professionally. He explained, Lucas Richmond, between brackets, I know, is the reason the symphonic suite from Joseph was created. He contacted me about wanting to present it in a concert he was doing in Knoxville, where he is the conductor and music director. So I created the suite especially for him. He has created a vibrant and thriving orchestra there, and they were always welcoming me. It was performed in LA by the Los Angeles Jewish Symphony in August 2010. Okay, moving on to the songs. Moving on to close-up music, we go to songs. A soundtrack was not released in the film. All tracks were written by John Buccino. So with number, title, and performers. Number 1, Miracle Child, performed by Maureen McGovern, Rochelle Buchanan, and David Campbell. Number 2, Bloom, performed by Maureen McGovern. Number 3, Marketplace, performed by The Chorus. Number 4, Whatever Rose at Your Feet, performed by David Campbell. Number 5, You Know Better Than I, also performed by David Campbell. More Than You Take. Number 6, More Than You Take, performed by David Campbell and Joey Benson. And number 7, Bloom, Reprise, performed by Joey Benson. So that's it. Going on. Oh no. There we go. Sorry for the previous movie. Sorry for the previous episode. I know. Move on. Move on to the release. As the first and only DreamWorks Animation direct-to-video film, Joseph King of Dreams was released by DreamWorks Home Entertainment on DVD and VHS on November 7, 2000. Special features included sing-along songs, storybook read-along programming, an interactive trivia game, and a printable activity and coloring sheets. The film was released by DreamWorks Animation Home Entertainment on Blu-ray on May 13, 2014, as part of a triple feature set, along with DreamWorks Animation's The Road to El Dorado and Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. And of course, I did talk about the Road to El Dorado on episode 3, and I'll talk about Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, coming soon on the show. It could be episode 9. Who knows? Episode 9. I'll talk about that. The film was released by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment on DVD on February 1st, 2018, but not the DreamWorks Animation Home Entertainment label, and on June 5th, 2018, under the DreamWorks Animation Home Entertainment label. The direct-to-video film was made available to Christian retailers, but mainly will be sold in traditional retailers such as Walmart and Target and video stores. The sales success of Joseph, King of Dreams was to some degree influenced whether more animated Bible stories would be released by DreamWorks. The trailer during the home video release of The Road to El Dorado suggested that there would be a series of animated films based on biblical stories. However, as of 2022, The Prince of Egypt and Joseph, King of Dreams have been the only two. Oh well, that's okay. We go to book tie-ins. Nashville publisher Tommy Nelson, the kids division of the Christian publishing company Thomas Nelson Incorporated, partnered with DreamWorks to publish 4 companion book titles based on the film, as exclusive publishing rights to Joseph. A read-along tape, a sticker storybook, a 48-page hardcover storybook with illustration for the film, and a smaller hardcover storybook, which retells the story of Joseph. One of them, My Sticker Storybook, Joseph and His Brothers, published on the 1st of November 2000, was a sticker storybook that followed the plot of Joseph and was written by Dandy Dally McCall. The 48-page storybook, also published on the 1st of November 2000, and sometimes called Classic Edition, featured images from the film, a retelling by McCall, and was a standalone book, as well as a splendid companion to the video, also written by McCall. Joseph, King of Dreams, released March 8th of March 2001, was a full-color storybook and accompanying cassette, which captured with D between brackets all the emotional and dramatic high points. Written by Catherine McCafferty, it included the song "Better Than I" and dialogue for the film. A fourth book was published as well. So that's it. We went to critical response, and it's a long one. While praising the film's merits, including animation, storytelling, and music, much of the criticism came with comparing it negatively to its theatrically released predecessor, The Prince of Egypt. The song "You Know Better Than I" was singled out for praise by numerous critics, as well as the Van Gogh-inspired dream sequences. Many noted that the animated hieroglyph effects were similar to those from The Prince of Egypt, with the words "the" and "of" and "Egypt" all between brackets, and suggested that the film stuck closer to the Bible source material that the previous film had. Decent Films Guide gave the movie a B for overall recommendability and a 3 out of 4 stars for artistic/entertainment value. Writing artistically, the best thing about Joseph King of Dreams is the visionary animation work in the dream sequences. I caught my breath at the first glimpse of these dreams, which look like living, flowing Van Goghs. However, it wrote Joseph King of Dreams is not remotely in the same class as The Prince of Egypt. It, between brackets, is much more of a children's movie. It said the songs, while cheerful and uplifting, are generally unmemorable and described the animation as fine but not wonderful. It noted that once one stops making unfair comparisons to a theatrical film made on a much bigger budget, Joseph King of Dreams is very much worthwhile on its own, more modest terms. Nevertheless, the review complimented the ominous tune Marketplace, and said in one small way, Joseph King of Dreams even outshines the earlier film. The spirituality of its signature song, "You Know Better Than I," is much more profound than anything in the more mainstream There Could Be Miracles. DVD Verdict wrote Joseph King of Dreams will shatter any expectations you may have about direct-to-video animated features. This is no half-hearted attempt to cash in on the success of The Prince of Egypt, but is instead a fully realized and carefully crafted story of its own. The film could easily have been released theatrically, although its running time is maybe just a bit short for that, praising its animation, music, and storytelling. Plugged In wrote, while not as eye-popping as The Prince of Egypt, the film, it's impressed for a direct-to-video title. Artfully executed dream sequences. Artfully executed dream sequences. Remember, the film is between brackets, so remember that. Uplifting songs. It also took fewer. So again, artfully executed dream sequences, uplifting songs. It also takes fewer libraries than The Prince of Egypt did. Lake Ledger said, at its best, the story communicated the sense of desperation and yearning that make up the tale and provides a sense of the emotions that underscore the story. Jan Crane Rudine of Star News wrote, as with Prince of Egypt, the best part of Joseph, King of Dreams, for me, was the discussion it sparked afterward with my kids. The movie report gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, ranking while clearly not on the level of that 1998 classic. It is a solid piece of work that's about on the par with the SKG's spring theatrical release, The Road to El Dorado, and SKG, Spielberg, Katzenberg, Geffen. Remember that. Joseph King of Dreams is a new technical benchmark for straight-to-tape animated features, putting Disney's chintzy home video efforts to shame. And speaking of Walt Disney Animation Studios, the next episode in that show will be about The Hunchback of Notre Dame, so be on the lookout for that coming soon. I know. It added Puccino's work and is downright forgettable. The only song making the slightest inkling of an impression is Joseph's and the film's central number, Better Than I. ChristianAnswers.net gave the film 4 out of 5 stars. The writing, although the visual effects were not as outstanding as in The Prince of Egypt, the storyline does stay closer to the biblical version. The site added the music was enjoyable, especially the song Better Than I. Common Sense Media rated the film 3 out of 5 stars, writing the animation is accomplished. Particularly compelling are the dream sequences, which almost look like animated Van Gogh paintings. However, noting it lacks the Prince of Egypt's poignant tunes and powerful storytelling. Got the words the Prince and of are in between brackets, so now you know. I know. The Los Angeles Times wrote, with its beautiful big screen quality, flowing animation, and striking computer-generated imagery, and with its dignity and heart, is a fine telling of the biblical story. Variety said King of Dreams has just as much cross-generational appeal as its predecessor, and doesn't make the mistake of skewing primarily towards Muppets. To put it another way, this is family entertainment in the best sense of the term, for which many families will be immensely grateful. So, yeah, that's it for Credit Response. That was a long one, my friends. Finally, let's close this episode with accolades. Start with year, nominee, /work, art, and result. For 2000, Better Than I, Video Premiere Award for Best Song, 1! Yay! For 2001, for Joseph King of Dreams, Silver Angel Award for Feature Film, and Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in an Anime Home Video Production. Nominated! Too bad. Also in 2001, Penny Finkelman Cox, Steve Hickner, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, all executive producers, and Ken Surura, producer, DVD Exclusive Video Premiere Award for Best Animated Video Premiere. 1! Yay! I love it. Yeah, the rest are in 2001, so get ready for you guys. Eugene Botswig Singer, Marshall Goldberg, Raven Singer, and Joe Stillman, DVD Exclusive Video Premiere for Premiere Award for Best Screenplay. 1! Yes, that's right. Ben Affleck, voice, and Luke Chamberlain, animation director. Joseph, DVD Exclusive Video Premiere Award for Best Animated Character Performance. Nominated. Oh no. Rob DeLuca and Robert C. Ramirez, DVD Exclusive Video Premiere for Best Directing. Nominated. And Daniel Pelfrey, DVD Exclusive Video Premiere Award for Best Original Score. Nominated. No. So these 5 awards are from the DVD Exclusive Video Premiere Awards. Oh boy. One of them is for the Video Premiere Award, and one for the Silver Angel Award, and one for the Annie Award. So for a total of 8 awards. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's it for Joseph King of Dreams. 5 thoughts rating for this movie. I gotta say, it's definitely worth a while, but in the end, Joseph King of Dreams is a good movie that went straight to video. Yeah, it's a direct-to-video release. It's never released in theaters, but yes, Joseph King of Dreams is a great DVD release that you can watch at home anytime you want. So, yes, besides, you can still watch the movie now on Peacock. Yeah, which is the streaming service of NBC Universal, so that's pretty good. But for me, I gotta say, Joseph King of Dreams is definitely worth the best. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Joseph King of Dreams a score of 8 out of 10. A great movie. And yes, it's possible, but yeah, just goes on to show you that life just can't be easier unless you enter the Holy Bible. So good job, Joseph. You bring yourself together. We got you covered. However, it's just my personal conservative opinion. Feel free to weird disagree with 8 means in the comments section below. That being said, it's all over. Thanks for watching another episode of Movie History, DreamWorks Animation. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. See you. And unfortunately, I do not have enough time to do an episode. I do not have enough time to do the endless sponsor show, so I'm going to push it back to where it's supposed to its regular day tomorrow. That's right, my friends. Tomorrow, it will be a new episode of the endless sponsor show. So this should be pretty good. Yeah, but stay tuned. Moshi Monster Spy will return today. Yay! Go to the spotlight. That's right, it's the Grouchy Grumbling. Be on the lookout for that today, and I hope you are having a very swell day. I know. And I'll look forward to coming again next time. So, with all that said, thanks for watching, and don't forget to come back tomorrow for a new episode of Rob Gio for $7 Logan's Result, as it will be about Pate, plus a new episode of Logan's Result. So be on the lookout for that as well. And also, Logan's History 2 is coming soon, as it will be about WJCY, WDKY TV, and its Alphabet KS ACTV, Oral B, Canal J, TG, and Gully. Be on the lookout for that as well. For Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios, the next episode will be about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So be on the lookout for that as well. And also, we got season 2, day 3 of the Moshi Master League coming soon as well. So be on the lookout for that as well. Otherwise, you are a great audience. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be God Sanchez yourself, and I will see you next time on Movie History, DreamWorks Animation. Join me again next time for episode 6 as we take a look at the first of four movies featuring everyone's favorite green ogre, Shrek. That's right, friends. Shrek is on the next episode of Movie History, DreamWorks Animation, as we are as is the first of 4 Shrek movies to be covered on the channel. The others include Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, and Shrek Forever After. So get ready for it. It stars Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and John Lithgow. So be on the lookout for that. So don't miss out on the greatest fairy tale never told, Shrek, coming up next time on Movie History, DreamWorks Animation. Until then, we're going to catch up on past episodes we got for you, from Ants all the way up to Joseph, King of Dreams. So we got playlists for you right now. I'll leave the link to it up there at the top right corner screen. Click the link and see for yourself. It's never worth the wait. Definitely go check it out. Otherwise, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching today. Please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, turn on notifications to miss this video. Subscribe to notifications to on to miss a new video from me, as we're on the road to 1,600 subscribers. You're the best audience I've ever had to you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again next time. From Vice City, California, I'm Miguel Sanchez, signing out for Movie History, DreamWorks Animation. You have a great day, guys, and never stop making your dreams come true. Like, favorite, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in another video. Laters!